Hi everybody, just sharing the PDF. Okay. Hi everyone, am I audible and visible, guys? Okay. So welcome back to another session. Today we're going to talk about biostats, everybody. So let's start without taking too much of your time. Biostats. That's everybody. All right, the PDF has been shared on the group. You can have a look at the PDF. It's there on the group, everybody, on the Telegram group. So आप PDF वहाँ पे देख सकते हो. Let us begin now. Good afternoon, everyone. All right, so now this is biostats over here. So we have covered, guys. We have covered as we had discussed, as we've been doing. We are done with EPID. We're done with screening. ठीक है? Then we are done with concept of health and disease. Now we are on biostats. Okay, we're on biostats. Tomorrow you might not have a class. In case you have a class tomorrow, I will update you. But as of now, we don't have a class tomorrow. The next class is going to be on the 19th, which is on environment. Okay. All right. So let's start with the first one, which of now again, and if you talk about biostats, I have tried to cover it topic wise, guys, where we're going to talk about the first topic, what are the important questions that come from them. So the first question over here is, which of the following is a continuous variable? So anybody, there are different types of variables. I hope you understand there are different types of variables. So when you talk about the variables, everybody, you could have quantitative variables and you can have qualitative variables. All right, you can have quantitative, you can have qualitative. ठीक है. Now if you talk about quantitative means variables that are measurable. What do you mean by measurable? Measurable means जिनका unit है. And when you talk about qualitative means they are non-measurable. Non-measurable means they don't have a unit. Okay, there is no unit, you can't measure them. But qualitative variable, everybody, is countable. Okay, you can count them. Just let's look at blood group. Now if you talk about blood group, can you measure blood group? No, but I can count that 2 students belong to A positive, 4 students belong to B positive. So this is, and yeah, quantitative variables are all continuous. Okay, quantitative variables are all continuous and qualitative variables, everybody, are discrete. Now when I say continuous, it means they can be expressed in a decimal. Okay, they can be expressed in decimal. When I talk about discrete, it means they can't be expressed in decimals. So moral of the story, quantitative is continuous, qualitative is discrete. Now if you look at blood group, can you measure blood group? No. Can you express it in decimals? No, but you can count blood group. So this is a qualitative variable. Similarly, religion, you can't measure religion, but you can count how many people belong to religion X, how many belong to religion Y. Gender, you can't measure gender, but you can count that 10 students in the class are boys and 5 students are girls. But what about weight? Weight is continuous. Why? Because weight is a quantitative variable. Why is weight a quantitative variable, guys? Because weight का unit है. It could be kg, it could be grams. At the same time, we can express it in the forms of decimals. So whenever you get any variable, everybody, the first thing that you have to see is, does it have a unit or not? If it has a unit, it is quantitative, and quantitative automatically makes it continuous. Clear? Did you all understand this question? Give me a thumbs up, everyone. All right, give me a thumbs up, everybody. Okay, now quantitative and qualitative variables are expressed in different scales of measurements. Like there was a question, chronic liver disease is classified using the Child-Pugh score as follows. Class A 5 to 6, Class B 7 to 9, Class C 10 to 15. What type of data is this scoring system? Now what I'm trying to revise now? I am trying to revise scales of measurement. Please remember, scales of measurement came in the last FMGE exam also. ठीक है. So whenever you talk about scales of measurement, it could be two types, guys. One could be categorical and the other could be dimensional. Okay, dimensional, or I could say metric. Now remember, in dimensional or metric we have two types: interval scale and ratio scale. Interval scale क्या होता है? When you talk about interval scale, everybody, so first of all, any quantitative variable, एनी क्वांटिटेटिव वेरिएबल जो है वो किस में मेजर करते हो? डिमेंशनल या मेट्रिक में. एंड एनी क्वालिटेटिव वेरिएबल यू आर गोइंग टू मेजर इन विच स्केल? इन कैटेगोरिकल स्केल. नाउ डिमेंशनल एंड मेट्रिक यू हैव टू टाइप्स. ओके, इंटरवल स्केल इज ओनली टेम्परेचर स्केल. इंटरवल स्केल का मतलब होता है जिसमें कोई एब्सोल्यूट जीरो नहीं है. नो एब्सोल्यूट जीरो, नो एब्सोल्यूट जीरो. दैट मीन्स द वैल्यूज कैन गो बिलो जीरो. सो फॉर टेम्परेचर it can be minus 10, it can be minus 5. All right, temperatures can go below zero, but ratio scale mein they have absolute zero. That means value can never go below zero. It will always remain above zero. Are you understanding? It will always be. Jaise weight, height, blood pressure, hemoglobin, can they go below zero? No. So all other quantitative variables except temperature scales are which scales, guys? Ratio scales. But mostly the questions come on categorical. So in categorical you have two types of scales: nominal and ordinal. Nominal is simply based on names and ordinal is based on ranking. जैसे यहाँ पे class A 5 to 6, class B 7 to 9, class C 10 to 15. So you can express, you can rank it. It is ordinal. Staging of cancer हो गया, ठीक है? Stage of cancer हो गया. Stage of cancer, severity of anemia, grading of hypertension. You can rank them. But on the other hand, suppose I say gender. Can you rank gender, everybody? No. Can you rank religion, everybody? Can you rank religion? No. Can you rank disease? Like suppose somebody asks you, do you have hypertension? What is your answer? Yes or no? So presence, absence of disease. All right, presence, absence of disease. That is what, everybody? That is nominal. You can't rank over here. Is it clear? वो क्या हो जाता है? Nominal. Yes, temperature only in degree C and Fahrenheit. टेम्परेचर केल्विन में रेशियो स्केल हो सकता है, ठीक है? दैट इज ओके, बट आई डोंट थिंक दे आर गोइंग टू आस्क यू दैट. ऑलराइट, अदरवाइज ऑल टेम्परेचर स्केल्स इज दिस वन, ठीक है? सो दैट इज वन वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन. यू शुड रिमेंबर जेंडर ऑफ कोर्स इज नॉमिनल. जहां पे भी आप ग्रेड कर सको, ठीक है, वो तुम्हारा ऑर्डिनल हो जाता है. ग्लासगो कोमा स्कोर, एप्गार स्कोर, ऑल दोज आर ऑर्डिनल स्केल्स. ऑलराइट, लेट्स सी अ क्वेश्चन, दिस वन. Out of 11 births in a hospital, 5 babies weighed over 2.5 kg and 5 babies weighed less than 2.5 kg. What does 2.5 represent? What is your answer over here? 5 babies weighed over 2.5 and 5 babies weighed less than 2.5. So what is your answer over here? Can anyone tell me over here what is going to be your answer, guys? Now see. There are 11 babies. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, so how many babies are there? There are 11 babies. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 are above, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 are above and 5 are below. That means this center में जो 2.5 kg है, ये क्या है, guys? This is nothing but the median. Geometric average you don't have to worry about. Arithmetic average is the mean that we talk about. But over here it's clearly written 5 babies above, 5 babies below. So what is this 2.5, everybody? It's in the center. So it is what? It is median. Clear? It is nothing but the median. Okay. Next, let's see this one. Ages of children undergoing a health checkup are 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What is the median age? अब median कैसे calculate करते हैं, guys? What is median? Median is the middle value. Okay, median is the middle value. When what is done? When data is arranged, okay, in ascending or descending order. When data is arranged in ascending or descending order. So now the good thing, I have already arranged it for you in the ascending order. Okay, I have already arranged for you in the ascending order. 2, 3. So it is 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. N is equal to 8. Now what is 8, everybody? Is it an odd number or is it an even number? So when I say 8, 8 क्या होता है? Even number. So जब हमारे पास even number of observation होगा, what is median going to be, guys? The median, 3 values are above, 3 values are below. So what is median, everybody? It is the average of two middle values. It is the average of the two middle values. So that is 5 plus 4 by 2. So 9 by 2. So what does this come? 4.5. Okay, but please remember, whenever you have to calculate median, you have to arrange in ascending order. Don't arrange in descending. Ascending is a little easier. And when you have even number of observations, median is the average of the two middle values. But when you have odd number of observations, median is simply the middle value. Okay? What is mode, everybody? Mode is the most frequently occurring value in a data set. And what is mean? It is sum of all observations divided by the total number of observations. Clear? So you should know these couple of points over here. Let's go to the next MCQ, guys. Let's go to the next MCQ. What is the answer to this one? Can anyone tell me what is the answer to this one? Please read it और मुझे बताओ इसका आंसर क्या है. Just a minute. What have you written? Okay, अब इसमें क्या था? Number of malaria cases reported during the last 10 years has been given as 250, 320, 190, 300, 5,100, 260, 350, 320, 160. Now you have to first figure out what type of data it is. Now if you see, we had 3-digit numbers, then all of a sudden I had this 4-digit number. Okay? Now this 4-digit number that I have, all of a sudden it doesn't appear to belong to this data set. So this one becomes an outlier. Now if anybody asks you what is an outlier, so outlier hota hai too high or too low value in a data set. Too high or too low value in a data set. So when you have outliers in your data set, it makes your data set what, guys? It makes your data set skewed. अगर आपके पास too high values है या too low values है, it makes your data set skewed. ठीक है? Suppose I asked you, ठीक है, इसका mean calculate करो. So when I asked you to calculate mean, you will add up everything. So you will add up 250 plus 320 plus everything, plus you will add up which value, guys? 5,000. Now, instead of adding 500, you would end up adding 5,000. So, when I add up 5,000, the numerator will increase. So, what will happen over here? Mean will increase. ठीक है? But suppose मैं आपको बोलती हूँ इसका median निकालो. So, you will arrange this in an ascending order. When you arrange in an ascending order, you can see that 5,000 is the biggest number, largest number. It goes towards one end. Now, even if it was let's say 500, it would still go, even if it was 500, it would still go at one end. Yes or no? It would still go. And median ka hai? Median is somewhere in the middle. So what is the most appropriate measure over here, everybody? The most appropriate measure over here is the median. Please don't forget it. So what I'm trying to tell you guys, please remember, statistically, सबसे अच्छा measure central tendency का क्या होता है? If anybody asks you, okay, statistically, if I ask you statistically, what is the best measure of central tendency? So what is it? Mean. Why? It includes sum of all observation. But if I ask you for skewed data मतलब outliers है. What is the best measure, everyone? Median. And for this is the best, most appropriate. But for skewed data, what is the one that gets most affected. So mean is the one that gets what? Most affected. Okay, most affected. And mode is something which is not at all affected by variations in the data set. Okay, mode मतलब उसको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. Mode is something like that. ठीक है? So this question was important for all of you. Can anyone tell me the formula for this one? Bimodal distribution is represented by, what is your answer? Just wanted to share this formula, guys. Bimodal distribution. Bimodal क्या होता है? Yeah, I will revise it, Yash. We will go to that question. Just give me a moment there. ठीक है. So mode is equal to 3 median minus 2 mean. Okay. They can give you the calculation. Median is 4, mean is 2. Calculate the mode. So just wanted to share this formula. 3 median minus 2 mean. All right. Next one. In a survey of sleep apnea scores among 10 persons, the highest value of 39 was wrongly recorded as 93. So this will affect the final result as highest value जो था 39 उसको आपने क्या किया है wrongly record कर लिया है as 93. So what is the thing which is happening over here? Highest value of 39. Now see. Suppose I have to calculate mean. So mean में I will add up everything. Okay, mean में I have to add up everything. So instead of 39, I will add up 93. Again, my numerator will increase. So I will get an exaggerated mean. Okay? But when I calculate median, I will arrange it in an ascending order. And the highest value was 39. So it would have gone at the end only. But now I have written it as 93. Even if I have written it as 93, guys, no problem. Because it's still going to go towards the end. So what is going to happen? Mean will be affected. Okay. But median is not affected. Okay. Median is not affected. Mean affect होगा but median affect नहीं होगा. ठीक है सिंपल देखो ये सारे क्वेश्चंस आए हुए हैं आई जस्ट वांटेड टू रिवाइज विद यू द कॉन्सेप्ट ओके वी आर जस्ट रिवाइजिंग द कॉन्सेप्ट एवरीबॉडी मतलब अगर इफ दीज क्वेश्चंस टर्न अप हाउ यू विल सॉल्व okay there are 50 individuals in a population and they have same hemoglobin level that is 14 gram per dl as there is no variability what is standard deviation Thank you, Akib. God bless you. Now, what is the answer over here? No variability. What do you mean by no variability? No variability simply means no dispersion. All right. Yes, this is beneficial for neetpg also, of course. No dispersion. अब देखो standard deviation का formula revise करते हैं. What was it? Summation mu I minus mu whole square by n. Now, if the sample size is less than 30, what is standard deviation, everybody? Again, summation mu I minus mu whole square by n minus 1 if the sample size is less than 30. अब यहाँ पे देखो, if everybody's hemoglobin is 14, that means suppose I have 50 people, n1 to n50. सबका hemoglobin individual 14 है. So if I ask you calculate mean hemoglobin, what will be the mean hemoglobin? You will add up everything 14 into 50 by you will do 50. It is going to come up 14 only. Mean hemoglobin is the same as individual means. So what is going to happen? Mu I minus mu 50 minus 50 everywhere is going to be 14 minus 14 everywhere it's going to be 0. ठीक है सो ऑटोमेटिकली स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन क्या हो जाएगा 0 but you don't have to do that in the exam you know what I have written over here no variability का मतलब क्या होता है no dispersion no spread measures of dispersion क्या होता है spread of variables यहाँ पे कोई spread नहीं है so your answer is the 0 you just have to pay attention to this word and we have also revised the formula for standard deviation Okay, so here basically was an INICT question where we had to discuss mu I minus mu whole square by n. ये किसका formula everybody? So we just discussed it. This is the formula of standard deviation. Sample size less than 30. You should remember it is n minus 1. Okay, let's see the next formula, standard error. Standard error क्या होता है? It is nothing but standard deviation upon square root of n. This is standard error of mean. It is standard deviation upon square root of n. What is variance? Standard deviation square. ठीक है, वेरियंस क्या है? स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन स्क्वायर. मीडियन वी हैव ऑलरेडी डन. व्हाट इज कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ वेरिएशन गाइस? स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन अपॉन मीन इनटू 100. All right, one more thing you should remember. What is standard error of proportion का formula? Square root of PQ by square root of PQ. ठीक है, PQ by N. P is equal to always the prevalence. P क्या होगा? P is always the prevalence guys. And what is Q? Q will always be 100 minus P. तो square root of PQ by N. वो याद रखना. ठीक है. Now let's calculate something. In a normal distribution, what percentage of data falls within one standard deviation of the mean? In a normal distribution, what percentage of data falls within one standard deviation of the mean? What was the answer? So I hope you all know mean plus minus 1 SD covers 68% observation. So within one standard deviation, it is 68%. Then if I say mean plus minus 2 standard deviation covers what? 95% observation. And if I say mean plus minus 3 standard deviation, it covers 99%. Yes, you must practice the formulas. We will do it again. Don't worry. उसको हम लोग practice कर लेंगे. So that is also an important thing for exams which you should know. Next, over here, for a normal distribution curve, I hope you remember we have done in LRR also. Normal distribution curve में mean कितना होता है? 0 and standard deviation is equal to 1. This equation here, it's not visible. Mean is 0 and standard deviation is 1. This could also come in your exams. Yeah, mean plus minus, that was once asked in your INI-CT exams. 1.64 SD covers 90% of observation. Abhi we're going to do the calculation. Tell me the answer to this one. There is a group of 100 children. The mean weight is 15 kg. The standard deviation is 1.5 kg. Which one of the following statement is true, everybody? The mean weight is 16 kg. The standard deviation is 1.5 kg, which is true. अब यहाँ देखो, either you will have 95% or you have to check 99%. So we know that mean plus minus 2 SD covers 95% observation. So मीन यहाँ पे कितना दिया हुआ है? 15 प्लस माइनस 2. स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन गिवन इज 1.5. So this covers 95%. So 15 plus minus 3 covers 95. So what is the answer to this? 15 plus minus 3 means 15 plus 3 18 and minus 3 12. So this is what? 12 to 18. So you automatically got the answer as option A. But you should also see कि 99% कितना आता है. So अगर मैं 99% की बात करूँ, mean plus minus 3 SD. Okay, I mean, yeah, so if you have to do it this way, so you should know mean plus minus 3 SD covers 99%. तो 3 SD 99%. यहाँ पे mean कितना है? 15 plus minus 3 into 1.5. So 15 plus minus 4.5 हो जाएगा. So if you do this, it will become 11.5 से 19.5. Clear? So try to solve everything. You had to mark one of the options, okay? But over here, you should know what is 95% observation coming out as and what is 99% observation also coming out as. Okay? Chalo, let's go to the next one. A nutritional research team followed serum levels of vitamin B12 in 120 children for 3 years to determine association between cyanocobalamin deficiency and subsequent risk of developing megaloblastic anemia. Results were as follows. You've been given 3 values of mean, median, mode. तो इसमें आंसर क्या करना है? This is just a story, guys. Here you can see that mean is more than median is more than mode. So when mean is more than median is more than mode, it is what somebody was asking. This is the direction of the tail is going towards the positive side. Okay, this is positive skewness. And if you see, sorry, and if you see something like this, okay, where the curve का direction ऐसे है, this is negatively skewed. Where mean is less than median is less than mode. If they give you mean, median, mode, all are equal. See, let me teach you something, revise with you something. All right, अगर वो एग्जाम में आपको देते हैं मीन इक्वल टू मीडियन इक्वल टू मोड, ये होता है नॉर्मल कर्व. ओके, नॉर्मल कर्व. अगर वो आपको देते हैं मीन इज इक्वल टू मीडियन इज इक्वल टू मोड इज इक्वल टू 0, ये होता है स्टैंडर्ड नॉर्मल कर्व. अगर मीन मीडियन से ज़्यादा है and mode से ज़्यादा है, this is positive skewed. You don't have to understand a lot over here, Shanaya. These are just 4 equations. You will just be given the values. I am not going to go into statistical derivation right now. Okay, आपको एग्जाम में से वैल्यू आएगा. You will have to decide, is it normal, is it standard normal curve, or is it positive and negative skewed. Mean less than median less than mode, this is what everybody, negative skewed. Okay, this is the one thing that you will just get in your exam. Okay, all right, अब इसमें let's see the next question. Mean of 400 variables is 100 and standard deviation is 8. What will be the standard error? Shanaya, did you get it there? Okay, mean of 400 variables is 100 and standard deviation is 8. What is standard error? So I told you standard error can get in the exam standard deviation upon square root of n. So standard deviation कितना है? 8. And what will you take for n, everybody? Don't take 100. वो तो mean है. You have to take the number of observations. So this is what? 400. So this is what? 8 upon 20. ठीक है? So yeah, what does it become as? It becomes as 0.4. Clear? Standard deviation upon square root of n. Alright, wait. First, we'll do the question over here. Ab dekho. Yesterday, in our LRR, also we have discussed about test of statistical significance. Let's revise it once. 3 groups of subjects were followed over the course of 5 years to compare treatments for sideroblastic anemia. Most appropriate statistical analysis to determine क्वांटिटेटिव सीरोलॉजिकल डिफरेंसेस. अब ये टॉपिक मैंने आपको बहुत जगह प्रैक्टिस करवा दिया है इन योर LRRs, इन योर दिस पर्टिकुलर एग्जाम, you know, in your RR sessions, everywhere. In SURE SHOT sessions, you have to first look at the variable of interest. Is it quantitative or qualitative? If it is quantitative, तब हम लोग क्या use करेंगे? Parametric test. And I hope you remember, parametric test is associated with alphabets. If it's qualitative, you will use non-parametric. And once you're able to figure out that, you will see एक group है, 2 group है, या more than 2 groups. So here it is quantitative. That means I'm going to use parametric, and here it's very clearly written 3 groups. So what will be my answer over here? ANOVA. Okay, quantitative values we are going to use parametric. And if you have more than 1 group, paired t-test before after intervention. But if you have 2 groups, unpaired. And if you have more than 2 groups, it is ANOVA. Okay, look at this one. All are analyzed using chi-square test, except now chi-square test is used where? When we have non-parametric data. When we have non-parametric, I mean when we have a क्वालिटेटिव वेरिएबल. कौन सा वेरिएबल है हमारे पास? क्वालिटेटिव. तो जब हमारे पास क्वालिटेटिव वेरिएबल होगा, we will use a non-parametric test. Okay, अब यहाँ पे देखो, sex and stage of cancer. So look at the outcome variable, stage of cancer. Now is stage of cancer quantitative? No, stage of cancer you can't measure. You can count how many people belong to stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. So when I talk about stage of cancer, everybody, it is qualitative. ठीक है. So you will use a chi-square. Type of surgery, again qualitative. Stage of cancer, again. But if you look at these values, heart rate per minute and age, these are what variables? Quantitative variables. So which test we are going to use? A parametric test. Okay. Always look at the variable, guys. If once you are able to figure out the variable, you will be easily able to do it. जैसे इसको पढ़ो. At a PHC, a medical officer provides treatment and counseling to diabetic patients. Their body weights are recorded before the intervention and again 6 months later using the health register. Which of the following statistical test is the most appropriate to analyze the change in weight, everybody? Now, what is change in weight? Now, what are you going to first see? Weight. Weight, can you measure weight? Yes, kg, grams, whatever. So, weight क्या है guys? Weight है तुम्हारा quantitative. Weight किस तरीके का variable है? Quantitative. And if you have a quantitative variable, now look at the groups. Here you can see that diabetic patients, I am looking at the body weights before intervention and again 6 months later after interventions. So I have a single group and I will measure it before and after intervention. What will I do? I will measure it before and after intervention. So when I have a single group and I have to assess the weight, let's say before intervention and after intervention, which test I am going to use, everybody? PET data. But suppose it was written I have a group of diabetic patients, I have a group of diabetic patient, I have a group of hypertensive patients. Okay, I have a group of diabetic patients, I have a group of hypertension patient. I give both of them an intervention. दोनों को मैं intervention पे देती हूँ. ठीक है, अब मुझे weights compare करना है. So now when I have to compare the weights, I will use parametric and I have two groups. Diabetic, hypertension. So here I will use a unpaired t-test. Clear? So be very careful with the question. Now I've made you practice this topic so many times. I hope you're not going to make a mistake. अब मान लो यहाँ change in weight नहीं होता. They would have written, let's say, overweight or let's say obesity. Then you would have gone for a non-parametric test. Okay? All right, look over here. A clinical trial was done between two groups to measure their blood pressure after treatment. So what is it? Which of the following you will use? Now again, when I talk about blood pressure, जब I talk about blood pressure, ये किस तरीके का variable हो जाता है guys? It becomes a quantitative variable. And how many groups I'm going to use it? Two groups. Unpaired t-test. अगर एग्जाम में आता a clinical trial was done between two groups to check for hypertension after treatment. Okay, check for, let's say, check for hypertension after treatment. Then what would you have written as your answer for? You are doing a clinical trial to check for between two groups. Okay, between two groups to check for hypertension after treatment. तब तुम क्या करते? chi-square करते. Because hypertension, everyone, is which type of variable? Qualitative. But blood pressure is which type of variable? Quantitative. Okay. One more question. The seasonal variations of a disease were studied in children in a group from June to July and in another group from for similar characteristics from August to September. So you can see two groups. And what is your outcome variable? Disease. Now having a disease and not having a disease, again, what does it make it, everybody? It makes it quantitative or qualitative? It definitely makes it qualitative. So again, what is the type of test we are going to use over here? Chi-square test. Is this thing very clear to each one of you in the class? बस देखना quantitative है, qualitative है और फिर कितना groups है. Okay? Going to the next one. Look, a pharmacist selects medicines from three categories: plant-based, animal-based, synthetic. What type of sampling method is being used over here? So you have three categories: plant-based, animal-based, synthetic. So what type of sampling method are you using? Now you can very well see you have divided them into 3 groups. When you divide them, it becomes which one? Stratified, not simple. Simple random sampling is always done for homogeneous population. आपके पास एक sampling frame होता है for smaller populations. You have, it is done for smaller populations, and you also have everybody a sampling frame. And population ko you can divide into 3 stratas like you did over here: plant based, animal based, and synthetic. So you have 3 different groups. So what is the sampling, everybody? Stratified. Systematic sampling mein we select every nth or every kth individual. Like I selected every 3rd person, or I selected every 10th person. ठीक है? सो इसमें कंफ्यूज नहीं होना. देखो ये सैम्पलिंग है. सिंपल रैंडम सैम्पलिंग में क्या होता है गाइस? आपके पास एक सैम्पलिंग फ्रेम होगा. लाइक आई वांट टू स्टडी द डाइटरी हैबिट्स अमंग मेडिकल कॉलेजेस का स्टूडेंट्स ऑफ अ मेडिकल कॉलेज. तो मेरे पास एक सिंपल एक सिंगल पॉपुलेशन होगा. ओके, आई एम गोइंग टू हैव अ सिंगल पॉपुलेशन. सिस्टमैटिक में हम लोग क्या करते हैं? Heterogeneous population, but we will take like 1 2 3 every 3rd person, 1 2 3 1 2 3 every 3rd person. So here the buzzword would be in the exam every kth or nth person selected. But यहाँ पे problem क्या होता है? If suppose blue color people are more in the population, they might not come more in the sample because I don't know who's going to be every 3rd person. But when we divide it into strata, अगर हम लोग heterogeneous को homogeneous में convert करते, all right, like this one, this becomes stratified. Stratified random sampling, everybody, is the best method of sampling. ठीक है? Cluster random sampling is only being used for evaluation of immunization coverage. Now over here you can see why is this a cluster? Why is it not stratified? Because in stratified you convert heterogeneous into homogeneous. तो सब में आपको सेम कलर के लोग दिख रहे हैं. In cluster what you have different clusters, but the number of people in each cluster is going to be the same. Like here you have 5 clusters and in each one you have 3 people. Cluster for immunization coverage, 30 clusters and 7 children were taken, and the age group of these children were 12 to 23 months. Clear? So this you should always remember. Yahan pe it was clearly written plant based, animal based, synthetic. So we have divided them into 3 groups. So that becomes your stratified random sample. Okay. Chalo, let's see. Cluster, देखो best stratified ही होता है. Cluster is the one that we've adopted for your sorry. Cluster is something we've adopted to do immunization because cluster sampling करना बहुत easy होता है guys. Already the towns and cities have been divided into cluster. We just have to pick up that information. Alright, best way to plot the change of incidence of disease. Trend of disease, incidence of disease. What is your answer over here? Line diagram. Now let's see all of these. First let me see. Histogram क्या represent करता है? Frequency of quantitative variables. ठीक है? Frequency of quantitative or continuous variables. Scatter diagram के साथ buzzword है correlation. Correlation of quantitative variables. Ogive is what? Cumulative frequency curve. It is recurrent cases. There is no dip in an ogive. Look at this one. Graph to correlate. So when I use the word correlate, everybody, what does your answer become? अगर मैंने word use किया correlate, तो correlate में answer क्या हो जाएगा? Correlate में never write histogram. कोरिलेट का मतलब क्या होता है एवरीबडी? स्कैटर डायग्राम. बजवर्ड है कोरिलेशन. Association. If the variable on x-axis increases, what happens to the variable on y-axis? So correlation is a buzzword for scatter. Now this image I also discussed in your LRR. If you see a gap, gap is a 3-letter word. bar is also a 3-letter word. And this one over here, bar diagram, they are used to represent the frequency of discrete. Discrete variables means qualitative variable. ये हो गया सिंपल बार, ये हो गया मल्टीपल बार. ओके, मल्टीपल बार. एंड दिस वन एवरीबडी, व्हाट इज दिस बार? दिस इज नथिंग बट कंपोनेंट बार. और जहां पे भी तुम्हारा गैप नहीं है, ये क्या है? हिस्टोग्राम. दिस वन इज अ फ्रीक्वेंसी पॉलीगन. वी हैव रिवाइज्ड इट मेनी टाइम्स, सो जस्ट वांटेड टू शो यू वंस. दिस वन ट्रेंड ऑफ इवेंट्स, ये हो गया लाइन चार्ट. ठीक है, लाइन चार्ट. दिस इज योर लाइन ग्राफ. डोंट राइट इट स्कैटर. लाइन चार्ट और लाइन ग्राफ ये ओजाइव है. रेकरेंट टीबी केसेस के लिए हम लोग क्या यूज करते हैं गाइस? ओजाइव. ओके, ऑलराइट, लेट्स सी दिस क्वेश्चन. व्हाट इज योर आंसर टू दिस? A correlation coefficient value of R minus 0.8 आया है. What does it mean? Minus 0.8 everybody. We have got a correlation coefficient of minus 0.8. Can anyone tell me? Correlation coefficient की जो values होती हैं, that ranges between -1 to 0 to +1. -1 का मतलब होता है समथिंग. वन सेकेंड. इफ यू हैव अ दिस वन, अगर सारे डॉट्स ऐसे हैं, दिस इज एग्जैक्टली +1, परफेक्टली पॉजिटिव. ओके, व्हाट इज दिस गाइस? परफेक्टली पॉजिटिव. बट इफ यू हैव लाइक दिस, ओके, यहाँ पे सारे डॉट्स ऐसे हैं, दिस इज 0. व्हाट इज इट एवरीबडी? नो एसोसिएशन. एंड अगर ग्राफ ऐसे आता है, ठीक है, एंड ऑल द डॉट्स आर ओवर हियर, R is -1, this is perfectly negative. Now I gave you -0.8. Now -0.8, most of you have written E. Guys, -0.8, पहले तो ये weak, this is a negative correlation, okay, but is it strong or is it weak? It is -0.8. It is getting closer to -1. This is a strong negative correlation. Strong. It is not weak. So many answered weak over here. Weak नहीं है ये correlation. -0.8 मतलब it is getting closer to -1. समझ रहे हो? So it is not a weak correlation. Is it a strong positive? No. If it was +0.8, it would have been a strong positive. Is it an insignificant association? No. One variable is cause. I can't comment causality from correlation. It is just denoting a strong relationship. Confuse मत होना. R की वैल्यू अगर 0.7 से ज़्यादा है, it is strong positive. R की वैल्यू अगर okay, if it is like very closer to -0.7, all right, it is a strong negative correlation. So don't get confused over here. ठीक है? Suppose exam में they give you a question that I got R as, I calculated R as, let's say, +1.64. What does this mean? R मेरे रिसर्च में आया है +1.64. इसका मतलब क्या होता है? अगर मैंने बोला कि R +1.64 आया है, इसका मतलब क्या होता है? अगर R +1.64 आया है, what does it mean everybody? R has come out to be wrong. Very good. This is wrong. You cannot get this. This is a wrong calculation. आप ये नहीं कर सकते हो. You cannot get R as +1.64. ठीक है? Alright, what is the answer to this? Blood pressure was measured for 200 persons. The first quartile BP was 94 and the third quartile BP was 110. How many people will have blood pressure between third and fourth quartile? Please remember, quartile क्या होता है? वो मेरे डेटा को 4 equal parts में divide करता है. Suppose I have 0 to 100. So 4 equal parts. Okay, what does it do? It divides my data into 4 equal parts. So if there are total values 100, 4 equal part matlab each part is going to be 25%, 25%, 25%. It is wrong because प्लस 1.64 नहीं हो सकता ना. R की वैल्यू ranges from -1 to 0 to +1. It cannot be more than +1. That is why it was wrong. Okay. Anybody was having the doubt? Did you understand this question? ठीक है. So now, how many will have BP between third and fourth quartile, everybody? So how many people have BP between? So here it is given 200. So 200 matlab each part is going to be 50, 50, 50, 50, or you could say each part will be what? 25% of 200. That's also a way of doing it. Okay, so that will come out as 50. Okay, that will, it can never be below -1.8. It has to be only, it can only be up to -1. +1 से ज़्यादा नहीं हो सकता, -1 से ज़्यादा नहीं हो सकता. ठीक है. Q1 डिवाइड करता है 1:3 पार्ट में, Q2 डिवाइड करता है 1:1 में, एंड Q3 के नीचे कितने लोग हैं? 3 पार्ट्स, 3:1 पार्ट. Okay, so you should know this quartile. Maybe they can ask you, less chance है आने का, but आ सकते. Okay, let's talk about a last couple of things, guys. Type 1 and type 2 error. A randomized trial compares the efficacy of 2 drugs. It showed a difference between the two with the p-value of less than 0.0005. Now guys, अब देखो यहाँ पे but both drugs do not differ at all. This is an example of anybody. What is it showing over here? Think carefully. अगर p value is below 0.05, it means significant. ठीक है, it means significant. Guys, let me finish whatever question that you have. I will take it up. Okay, 1 second. Let me finish it. Then if you didn't get the quartile question, I will take it up. Just give me a moment. ठीक है. Significant मतलब यहाँ पे क्या बोल रहे हैं? Clinical trial. Okay, when we did a clinical trial, it showed a significant result. Clinical trial showed a significant result. Clinical trial जब हमने किया तो उसने दिखाया कि ड्रग अच्छा है. But in reality, both drugs do not differ. That means what is H0, everybody? H0 means there is no difference, okay, in the treatment of a disease between the two drugs. No difference between the two drugs. What is HA? Alternate. New drug is better. New drug is better than existing drug. Okay, new drug is better than existing drug. Clear? अब देखो. What is type 1 error, guys? We have already studied. Type 1 error ko we will associate with the word true. True means H0 true. In reality, H0 is T for true. That means in reality, नया drug और पुरानी drug में there is no difference. All right, there is no difference. But based on clinical trial result, हमने क्या किया है? We have rejected H0. Same thing happened over here. Clinical trial is showing that the drug is good, but in reality drug is not good. That means in reality H0 क्या है? True है. But based on clinical trial result, what have we done? We have rejected a true H0. So what is this type of error, everybody? This error is alpha error. This error is which error? अल्फा एरर। क्लिनिकल ट्रायल ने सिग्निफिकेंस दिखाया, बट रियलिटी में दोनों ड्रग्स डिफर नहीं करते. सो इन रियलिटी H0 is true, but based on the result of a clinical trial, what have we done? We have rejected a true null hypothesis. So this is alpha error. Now what do you mean by beta error, everybody? What do you mean by beta error? If you talk about beta error, you have to remember the word false. What is this? In reality, okay, H0, F for false, but based on result of clinical trial, ठीक है, H0 हमने क्या किया है? एक्सेप्ट कर लिया, accepted. That means in reality your drug is good, but when you did a clinical trial you couldn't show it. ठीक है, और आपका ड्रग मार्केट में नहीं आया. दिस इज अ फॉल्स negative trial. When you talk about alpha error, everybody, it is a false positive trial, and this is a very serious kind of error. ठीक है, और एक चीज होता है गाइस, पावर होता है 1 माइनस बीटा. व्हाट इज पावर, एवरीबडी? पावर इज 1 माइनस बीटा. Just think about it. Give me 1 second, everyone. Okay, power is what, guys? Power is 1 minus beta. Power क्या होता है? If a significant difference exists, the test should show it. बीटा क्या था? डिफरेंस है बट हम दिखा नहीं पाए, तो पावर क्या हो गया? 1 माइनस बीटा. सो ओवर हियर यू शुड रिमेंबर, clinical trial showed drug to be good, but in reality what happened? In reality drug is not good. Okay, drug is not good. That means H0 true, but what we have done? Rejected it. So it is type 1 error. Clear? Okay, let's see if you can do this one, guys. Just wanted to discuss an interpretation. A well-designed cancer study showed similar emission rates for a new treatment and a usual treatment. P value का significance, बस ये मुझे बता दो. What is P value? You have already done. P value क्या होता है? Probability of doing what? P value is probability of conducting a type 1 error. What are the chances that I will reject a true null hypothesis? P value less than 0.05 is significant. It means drug is good. Okay, it means drug is good. Yeah, 0.04. That means it is significant. Both the treatments are equally effective. Neither of the treatments is effective. The new treatment is more effective than the usual treatment. Okay, the new treatment is more effective than the usual treatment. P value less than 0.01 0.05 means that it is good. ठीक है, you should know. Yes, it favors alternate hypothesis. What does it do? It favors. देखो guys, जैसे एग्जाम में आया P value 0.02, इसका क्या मतलब? It means it is significant. What do you mean by significant, everybody? What do you mean by significant? Significant का मतलब होता है if I do a clinic, if I do my study, if study done 100 times, okay, then a true H0 is rejected only 2 times. Okay, which could be due to chance. By chance मैं वो गलती कर रही हूँ. Rest 98 times drug is good, and that is what we have shown. Clear? So this P value and this concept can come in your exam. Box and whisker plot. The true statement is, now what is box and whisker plot? Okay, I haven't drawn an image over here. Let me draw it. So this is a box and whisker plot given to you. What do you have to tell me over here? Box and whisker plot क्या represent करता है? Quartiles. Look at the box. If you have equal gap on either side, equal gap है, ठीक है? This is Q1, Q2, Q3. अगर equal gap है, that means it is no outliers. So what is this, everybody? Normal distribution. But if you have over here, the gap is more on the right side. Yes. So what is it? A right-sided skewness. So mean is more than median is more than mode. If you had like this, gap किस side ज़्यादा है? Left side. So what is this over here, everybody? Mean is less than median is less than mode. This is a left-sided skewness. And in case, guys, you get a vertical image like this, you will have to rotate it clockwise. ठीक है? You will have to rotate it clockwise. जब आप इसको clockwise rotate करोगे, यहाँ पे क्या हो जाएगा? गैप कहाँ पे ज़्यादा आ जाएगा, everybody? Right side. So it becomes a right-sided skewness. ठीक है? ये कम चांस है आने का, guys. Don't worry too much about it. All right. Now let's see a May INICT question if you can do it. Which is incorrectly matched with respect to basic statistical concepts? Standard error, variability, correlation coefficient, relationship, mean median. क्या mean median dispersion बताता है? नहीं. Mean median क्या बताता है, guys? Central tendency. Moments, the other word for skewness is moments. That is also okay. So I'm just trying to tell you that you can rule out. Variability is dispersion. So the measures for dispersion are like standard error, standard deviation, range. ठीक है? Correlation coefficient, scatter diagram, relationship बताता है. All right. Last question. This also came. What do centiles and quartiles represent? Measures of central tendency है mean, median, mode. Measures of dispersion, everybody, we have done range, standard deviation, coefficient of variation, variance, standard error. Correlation क्या है? R. Now centiles and quartiles को क्या बोलते हैं, everybody? Measures of positions. Okay, measures of positions are centiles and quartiles. ठीक है? So that finishes our class for the day. Everyone, I hope I finished on time. Today, I will share one-liners from Biostats, okay? One-liners from Biostats I am going to share today on my Insta, on my Telegram group. Please have a look at those one-liners from Biostats. And your Telegram quiz will be between 8 to 10. I will start it. I will write the time when the quiz will be started. Again, I am saying, guys, you have to go through the LRR PSM which was done on Prep Ladder. उसको नहीं भूलना है. Okay, LRR PSM is a must. LRR PSM which has been conducted on Prep Ladder YouTube is a must. Okay, ये करना ही करना है. Sure shot sessions are daily practice. I am just making you practice PYQs and revising topics with you. ठीक है? So we have finished 4 classes. Tomorrow is a holiday. Okay, I have my birthday tomorrow. So tomorrow I might not be available. I'm not sure. But if I am there, I will definitely put out a class for you. Otherwise, from 19th वापस class होगी. ठीक है? 19, 20, 21, 22 क्लास है. 23, 24 क्लास नहीं होगी. 25 को क्लास होगी. 26 को क्लास होगी. Very important. 26 का क्लास. 27. In January, we will have a image-based session class 1 and one-liners class before your exams. ठीक है? So thank you so much, everybody. I will see you tomorrow, not tomorrow, day after. Okay? Thank you so much. God bless you all. See you. Bye-bye. Thank you. All right. That's a very nice compliment for me, Alan. Thank you so much. Okay. Bye-bye. अगर मैं सुबह घर पे हुई, I will definitely put out a class. Okay, we'll cover some topic. If not, then we will see you on 19th. I'll share the PDF in a while.